What up, y'all? It's KP, the Sports Chick. So, what I saw last night when I watched the Knicks play was Melo, like, totally be the savior in overtime. Okay. Everybody talks about how Carmelo is. Nobody ever says underrated. They just say he just doesn't get enough love or whatever that is, right? And I'm one of those people. I don't give him love. I don't give him all that credit. I don't, because I don't hear about him in the news when they're talking about Kobe, or they were talking about Tim Duncan, or they're talking about LeBron, or even James Harden for that matter, or Steph Curry. I don't hear about Melo like I do those people. So no, I'm not giving him his love or whatever, okay? So anytime, excuse me, I have the conversation with other people about Melo, then it's always like, why are you hating on Melo? It's like, no, I'm not hating on Melo. I need you to do something significant enough so that you can have me talk about you. So I'm talking about you now, and it's only because you had overtime win, when really you could have won the game in regulation, but you didn't, because you basically had the same shot, okay, in overtime that you did in regulation, just got it in overtime, the second try instead of regulation. Okay, so obviously we all know that Kristaps Porzingis is the wave of the future, y'all. He's the wave of the future. But he's too polite to understand that he needs to take over the reins, because as it stands now, obviously Melo is the offense is centered around Melo, so he's the go-to guy. He's the first guy that they go to. But really, let's think about it here. I've heard other pundits say maybe Porzingis should be the primary target, or the number one. I'm not even going to go into age. I know that Melo is 32, but that's, for me now in this day and age, 32 is relatively young for somebody in the NBA as far as retiring. I mean, look at Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant, okay? So, and I don't expect Melo to retire anytime soon, because even if he sucks or if he gets bad, he's still going to play just out of pure ego. You know what I mean? Like Brett Favre. So Porzingis is too polite, because I hear him say in interviews, Melo's the guy. And I'm sure that, New York that's what they preach to everybody. Melo's the guy, Melo's the guy. He's been there for like 22 years, so Melo is the guy. And, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not. I'm just saying, and I can have this discussion with anybody. You can agree that he has not been consistent every year, or he might be having a great year, but the rest of the team sucks, or there's bad coaching, or, the team isn't really well assembled around him, or they want to assemble it around him, but they have bad pieces. I could go on and on. Point being is that he has not made a significant enough impact for anybody to be talking about him or the Knicks for that matter until this year, after they acquired Rose and after they acquired Joakim Noah and all these acquisitions. It's the same for me. He's still, to me, Melo is still a mediocre player, because, again, I know he's won all these gold medals, but he still doesn't have a ring. Hell, Robert Horry has like 6 rings and he doesn't have one, okay? And he's a role player. Derek Fisher has a ring, but Melo doesn't have a ring. So you get what I'm saying here. Like, why do guys go, and especially male fans, guys go hard for Melo like they do for LeBron? I can never have a conversation with, and it's not like that with Kobe for some reason, but just like LeBron and Melo, like they go hard, like, but he's not consistent enough to me, for me to be saying he is, one of the greatest ever. Talk about Hall of Fame and all that other stuff. I'm gonna need you to win a ring. I need you to go at least to go deep in the playoffs, because if you're that good, I mean, look at James Harden. He's in the West, in the Western Conference, which is the hardest conference out of the two, and he took him and Dwight Howard took a crappy team, and were able to get to the second round of the playoffs last year, in the Western Conference Finals the year before that. Now, that team wasn't bad, but you get my point here. Is that if you're a superstar, if you are a superstar player and you're consistent all the time, you are going to be in the conversation. And come playoff time, I don't hear Melo's name. I don't. You know why? Because he's not in the playoffs. When's the last time he's been in the playoffs? Since he was a Nugget? Like, so that's my whole point. So if you have something to say about it, let me know in the comments at KP the Sports Chick in YouTube, or you can hit me up on kpthesportschick.com, which is my social media hub, where you can find all my various outlets where you can vent there and leave comments as well. So check me out.